Dad was terrified of being laughed at. Every holiday, he only ever said one thing: do not embarrass me. The relatives were sitting around chatting when I accidentally knocked over a fruit platter on the table. He grabbed me right there and slapped me across the face. At dinner, I reached for a second helping of pot roast, and he kicked my chair out from under me. Later, when it was time to hand out gift cards, Uncle Ray miscounted and came up one short. Without a word, Dad shoved me out into the hallway in nothing but a thin shirt. The cold cut straight through me. I pounded on the door while I cried and apologized. He did not make a sound. He turned to Uncle Ray with an apologetic smile and said, "Sorry about that. I guess I have not taught this kid any manners." He did not know that his lessons had already conditioned me to flinch at the phrase, laughed at. Every time I heard it, I froze and felt myself shut down. When I heard him say it again through the closed door, I turned in silence and walked toward the dark bridge at the edge of the neighborhood. I did not know what I planned to do. I only knew I wanted the noise in my head to stop. I reached the railing and stared at the water below. One thought crossed my mind. Dad, this time, no one will ever laugh at you because of me again. The chair flipped. The back of my head cracked against the floor. Everything went dark. I lay face down, motionless. Not from the impact. Getting up too fast would look fake. Dad would decide I was putting on an act. The relatives' whispers cut through the room. That poor kid, over a piece of meat. Was that necessary? On a holiday, no less. My cousin Brady Avery grinned, reaching for more pot roast. He had it coming. He knows Uncle Phil cannot stand being laughed at, yet he still acts out. He needed to be put in his place. I said nothing. I pushed myself up, righted the chair, and sat down. Dad looked pleased, raising his voice for the table. Kids need discipline. If you do not set them straight, they embarrass you in public. The whole family looks bad. He swept a glance around. See? One lesson, and he behaves. Then he turned to Brady, his expression softening completely. Now Brady is sensible. Never gives his dad a reason to be laughed at. Brady lifted his chin with a smug grin, leaning into a honeyed tone. Thanks to you, Uncle. I always wished I was your son. Not like some people who do not appreciate what they have and just make you look bad. The phrase landed over and over. Laughed at. Laughed at. Laughed at. Each repetition triggered a tremor. It was not fear. It was the suffocating weight of Dad's obsession, crushing my chest. His discipline left physical bruises, and a flinch reflex buried in my bones. His good behavior meant I was too terrified to breathe. Because of Dad's methods, the other kids avoided me. They feared their own parents might copy him. I sat in the corner, fingers gripping my hem. The guests finished eating, scattered in small groups, drinking and talking. I stayed. I had to be the son who caused no trouble, so Dad would not call me ungrateful, so the relatives would not give him another reason to feel laughed at. Brady wandered over, dropping his voice. Kellen Avery, you are dead weight. Wherever Uncle goes, you make sure he gets laughed at. A shudder ripped through me. My fingers dug into my palm, splitting the skin. I swallowed the panic and forced my voice to stay flat. Your parents did not even want you, yet you call someone else dead weight? The color drained from Brady's face. His parents divorced when he was little. Neither kept him. Both started new families. He was raised by his grandparents, a taboo no one dared mention. He shoved me hard. You really just said that? I'm going straight to Uncle Phil. I will make sure everyone laughs at you. Go ahead. My voice was dead. My fingertips shook. There was always going to be one last blow that broke me, and someone was always going to deliver it. The relatives left. I followed Dad home. The house was suffocatingly quiet. Dad spoke first. Does your head still hurt? I shook my head without looking up. Every movement sent blinding pain through the base of my skull. It throbbed violently. I lied. A complaint would just give him another reason to rage. Dad stared, sighed, and walked over. My back went rigid. My fingers curled. The fear was physical, faster than thought. I braced for those two words. He crouched beside me, touching the swelling on my skull.